What's good, Ravens fans? This is your boy Jay, and we're back with another video about the Baltimore Ravens. And today, I want to talk about where I was wrong and where I was right in regards to our game against the Miami Dolphins. There's a lot of things I was wrong this week, and not that many things I was right about. So we're going to get right into it, and there will be more wrongs than rights. So you guys make fun of me in the comments below. So the first thing I got wrong was defensive back cohesive. It was very disappointing to see that our defensive backs just were not on the same page multiple times in this game, and unfortunately, when it was the most important time to be cohesive. We just saw so many bad plays from our defensive backfield that it was pretty scary and pretty nerve-wracking. And it wasn't just the deep plays, family. It was all of the different types of plays. We saw many times where there were receivers that threw screens and the receivers caught the screen and was able to break some tackles, and that the pursuit just wasn't good enough to get them down in the timely fashion that we needed to. We also saw there were times where there were receivers running open across the middle. We saw that there were receivers open in the end zone in the second half. And then, most of all, what's most distracting is that for some reason there were two blown coverages or two coverages that were not played correctly when the receiver that was going to get the ball is Tyreek Hill. How does that happen? How do we not have two eyes on Tyreek Hill? Literally, he's been a top 5 receiver the last 5 years and is one of the most dangerous weapons on the field, and we just let him run one-on-one with Marcus Peters, who is literally coming off an ACL injury. The man is literally coming off an ACL injury and has to chase the fastest player in the NFL on a go route. Let's come on. That is just terrible decision making from our defensive backfield and from our defensive coaches, honestly. And I was really disheartened by that. Broken coverages were also disheartening, but again, I understand that these are young players, especially when we're depending on our young players to make big plays, our rookies make big plays. I was just really sad with the defensive cohesiveness, and that was where I was wrong the most in this game. Now, where I was right, of course, is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is the heartbeat of this team. He is the best thing we have going. It's almost undoubted. He probably showed this week why he deserves his money, because if Lamar Jackson isn't playing in this game, we don't even have a chance, which is the sad thing to say. Lamar Jackson was the best runner. He was the best passer. He was galvanizing, and it's just getting a little tiresome that Lamar has to do everything by himself, but the Ravens won't give him the money. Lamar Jackson ran for over 100 yards. Our next leading rusher had 16 yards. Lamar Jackson also threw 3 touchdown passes, right? We gotta do something, guys. We have to get better in the total run game if we are going to depend on Lamar Jackson so much. He literally has to do everything, and when you have to do everything, your body tends to break down quicker. Look at players like Cam Newton, who had to pass it and run it. Of course, we know about some other running backs like RG3. We need to have a better system to help Lamar. The receivers and the tight ends are stepping up, so shout out to them. But honestly, this game, our defense and our offensive line / running backs let us down, and I was right about Lamar. Unfortunately, I was wrong about the other. Speaking of being wrong about running systems, that's the next thing I was wrong about. I really thought that against the Jets, we really just had some rust. I thought our offensive line was going to be really good, guys. If you guys watch the videos, you guys see me raving about the pieces that we can put together on the offensive line. I wasn't even worried about the injury to left tackle. I really thought that we were going to run the ball. We were going to be effective. We can't run the ball anywhere, anytime. It doesn't matter what the down and distance is. It doesn't matter who's in the backfield. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We cannot run the ball, and that is a shame. Greg Roman has to answer some questions about this, because that is his specialty. We cannot let him off the hook. We cannot let the running backs off the hook. And honestly, we can't let our team as a whole off the hook for this, especially when they've made the decision that Lamar Jackson is not important enough to make a long-term player right now. We have to understand that we were wrong about the running system, and mainly when I say we, I mean me. I really thought there was going to be some improvement. There has not, so I'm sorry about that. I was wrong about that one. I was again right about another thing, of course. Marcus Williams is a gem. Marcus Williams is a great player. Marcus Williams makes plays individually, and he helps the team out so much. Marcus Williams also played an excellent game. I would argue that Marcus Williams had the best game on defense, and we still lost and lit up 40 points, which is insane to me. He had 2 interceptions. The one that was on the corner of the field where he tiptoed in, I thought that was really impressive. He is playing well above what we thought he was going to play as in his first 2 games. He's literally putting himself in contention for Defensive Player of the Year based on the way he's played these first 2 games. So I think Marcus Williams is playing excellent. I was right about him. He was in the last week version, but then he came back with 2 interceptions this week, making me look good after the rest of the team on defense made me look bad. So shout out to Marcus Williams. You were playing right, and you made me right as well. And so those are the only things I was right about this week, guys. So the last thing I was wrong about is just Isaiah Likely. And this is not a big deal. You know, I wasn't super wrong about Isaiah Likely, but I did think he was going to help revolutionize his offense. And the offense is still more of the same. Let Lamar find his connection between his two top receiving threats. This time it's going to be Mark Andrews and Bateman. Next time it might be Mark Andrews and another receiver. So we'll see how that plays out. But I thought Isaiah Likely was going to be some kind of player that helps change what the Ravens did as a whole scheme. He's not that. He's a good rookie, and he's going to do some good rookie things. He's going to make players miss because he has that wiggle, but he's not coming in as gangbusters like we all thought he was going to. He's just going to be a good player, and that's nothing wrong with that. But I thought he was going to be a great player and arguably our second receiving option. That's not the case.